What?
Nothing.
Why are you two looking at me?
He wears his socks for like a week at a time. That's why I'm laughing.
No.
I'm being serious. I had to air him out.
There's nothing wrong with wearing socks a couple of days in a row. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Why is that crazy? They're socks. They're not like underwear or like it's socks.
Socks are underwear. That's like
They
equivalent.
go over your feet. Like it's not like they're in your. No one's even seeing them. Like I don't know.
Hello, namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg family podcast where all 5 Gargs are in the house. We're going to talk about a topic that affects every single one of us. You're going to have opinions. I promise you're going to have experiences to share. Let's get into it. Packing for while we are traveling. Carry-on, check luggage, laptops, battery packs, water bottles. So much goes on. We travel for a living and it has been an eye-opening experience. Anybody have a strong point of view they want to throw out there? I have mine.
Have you considered shipping it ahead of time
To whom?
to where you're going to be traveling to?
Like shipping
a
whole
suitcase?
check bag? No. Because that would cost a lot of money and would cost me more anxiety to keep track of whether my bag, like what do I do if it doesn't make it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
I have a hot take. I always travel with check luggage. I don't care if it's a day or 2 days or 5 days. This idea of stuffing everything into carry-on suitcases, which has led to people carrying people carry on as if they're like mules traveling between
But
nations.
the airlines are charging $75 a bag.
Yeah, but you're traveling. You are presumably going somewhere for some experience.
But what if it's just a 2-hour flight or an hour and a half flight?
It
Like from
doesn't-
here to Ohio.
So to you, the cost of the bags is the main factor for your packing?
No, I mean, I try to check in too because my cosmetics don't make it.
What do you mean by cosmetics?
I mean, toiletries, right? My shaving cream, my, face cream, my...
But
like,
for
all
a 2-hour flight, why do you need so much? Why don't you just buy the travel versions?
Because my stuff is European, right? Like, it's very expensive. You can't get it in travel versions.
You can't buy the things that...
No.
That
Yeah. Try to buy
CVS
Santa Maria Novella in travel version. It doesn't come. It
No,
doesn't
but
exist.
why can't you, for those 2 days, just use whatever is available?
But then my skin will suffer. For 2 days, I should mortgage my skin.
Mortgage your skin.
For 2 days of travel.
I feel like Bridge
Like
and
literally,
Veer-
seriously, my audience won't even agree. They can take a poll. Should I mortgage my skin?
Hold on.
for 2
What do
days?
you keep in your carry-on that wouldn't just fit in a backpack?
No, it's not. I'm not...
Wait, let me set that up real
Yeah.
quick. Veer and I carry backpacks that are very full everywhere we travel. We both don't carry a single carry-on. We have one checked-in luggage and one backpack. That's how we travel. In difference, my sister and my mom they have one backpack / purse thing, then one carry-on and one checked-in luggage. And what Veer is asking, especially since we've seen you guys with your carry-ons have one thing in your carry-on before.
Yes.
So we're always wondering why not just put it in your bag?
No. Well, do you want to take that or should I?
You go ahead.
No. One, my shoulder bag, like the backpack or like the shoulder bag is heavy. So I prefer to have a small carry-on that's on the wheels and my shoulder bag fits on it so I can wheel it around. Like I've injured my shoulder over the years carrying very heavy backpacks, carrying diaper bags, the whole thing. I've done it. And I don't think the price I paid for that was smart. 2, it is true that my carry-on is usually light going to a place, but I like having the little extra space that if I should decide to shop, either at the airport or at the location, I have a little extra space instead of trying to jam it all into my check bag or my carry-on bag. I prefer to have things neatly spread out in my bags, multiple, because I don't mind even checking 2 bags in. I want the experience when I land there to be the experience that I want, to be the experience that my audience wants. You know, a lot of male comics only travel with carry-on because they don't care if their clothes haven't been washed in days. They just don't care. They're more
I mean,
preoccupied.
have you verified that by 10 minutes? How do you know that?
I work with them. I travel with them. I know how they're traveling. There's no check back.
I doubt, Zarna, that Jerry Seinfeld is going from point A to point B.
Okay.
The way he looks.
I've not traveled with Jerry Seinfeld, but there are about 1,000 other comics that travel that don't have Jerry Seinfeld's private jet or chauffeuring services, and what they are preoccupied with is how can I get in and out easily. Whereas my entire preoccupation is how can I deliver the best experience I can for my audience when I'm there. I meet the audience myself. I hug them constantly. I want to smell great. I want to look great. It's an experience for them. So this is a real difference. Women have to need a lot more stuff too. That's just a fact. Like, I'm not going to show up to a show where people have paid ticket money in clothes that have been like crumpled up tightly in my
So then I have a
check
question.
luggage.
Would you travel differently if you were not performing?
No, I
So
think...
like you have a trip coming up in the next
Yeah.
several days.
Yeah.
Where you're not performing. You're
Yeah.
going for business meetings, right?
Yeah, business
For
week, but
foreign
then business week...
Okay, if it was just a pure vacation.
Let's say it was pure vacation.
No, because... No, the answer is no. I'll tell you why. Because wherever I go, if the place is worth it for me to fly, I want to be fully invested in that experience and not be worried about what's going to happen with my check bag getting in and out. I want my clothes there. I want my shoes there. I want some options for outfitting. If I have a business meeting in particular, I want multiple options. I don't know what the day is
Why
gonna
are you
look
so
like.
pensive?
Because
Greg?
can I ask something? And I want you to, I think I'm wrong. I just want you to help me understand why I'm wrong. Which is, if I was going to see a comedian, whether it was Nikki Glaser or Jerry Seinfeld, like male
Yeah.
or female, and they showed up in dirty sweatpants and dirty sweatshirts on stage, they smelled bad and they like barely did their hair. So they're barely presentable, but they are somewhat presentable. And they deliver a fantastic 1 hour set. I personally wouldn't care about the way they look, smell, or act as long as the set is hilarious and my ticket money pays
That I
for high
disagree
quality
with.
comedy.
I would care.
I wouldn't though. So I'm asking you, am I in the minority of people?
Yes, you're in the minority of people.
Not only are you in the minority of people, I think you are overestimating how little you would care. Because the women, I don't know any serious woman comic who would do that. So you've never
Also, you're
seen
not paying
it.
the ticket yourself, Bridge. It's not your earned money. Once you've earned it yourself and spending it $70, $80 times 2 people and then snacks and drinks and all that, you might care.
But I have spent my own money on myself and somebody else before to go to shows.
Who?
And
Who?
my ex-girlfriend, for example, where I spent my own money to take us to shows. And I just personally care a lot more about the quality of the product rather than the aesthetic around it.
Wait,
Wait, did she buy one of the tickets or you bought both tickets?
No, I would buy both tickets.
when you traveled with her, did you carry her stuff?
Yeah, of course.
I find that really great. Men should carry women's stuff.
Well, how did that go?
Because I love when you are trying to reach to put a carry-on bag in the top compartment, will all of a sudden offer their help. And when a guy doesn't offer their help to a 5-foot-tall girl who is trying and suffering at putting a bag at the top, I find that disrespectful. I think gender norms should dictate that if there is a masculine, strong man around to help you put your stuff up, that is not an act against feminism. That is just generous and makes sense.
I mean, this is not to say we don't know how to put our own bags
Yes.
up. We do everything ourselves. But we take note of the guys who are chivalrous.
Yes,
we
I
do take
do
note.
think-
We appreciate it very much. And to come back to Veer's point, he only paid for the tickets. You also paid for the food and snacks when you went?
yeah, of course, yeah.
You paid for all of it?
I mean,
So what did she do?
they usually, I'm not going to say, I was trying to make a crazy, or I'll say, I'm paying for the quality of the product, so I'm paying for the relationship as well, for the quality of my girlfriend being a great
So
girlfriend.
she didn't offer anything?
Huh?
She didn't offer
She offered her
So
feminine
dessert.
energy. Her
What?
presence.
Her presence, yeah, that's the offering, yeah.
Okay, not to be the topic, but that feels wrong. That's all. I
It
would
doesn't
never.
feel wrong to me at all.
Why is that
To who?
wrong?
Wrong
You did
from
the
who
right
to who? Who does it feel wrong?
She
Like,
should
I mean,
offer
you just have
something.
your daughter just saying
She
that
she-
some chivalrous acts
No,
can
I
be.
agree. I think he should cover the tickets. I think he should cover the bulk of it. But I think when the woman doesn't offer anything, I think that's
Maybe
a
she
lot.
did offer and he said no.
yeah, usually they offer.
Like
it's just
what?
conventional. Like they'll be like, oh, I'll get the snack or I'll get the
Yeah,
dessert.
okay. But did your ex-girlfriend offer anything?
Yeah, she always did.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I accepted.
I
Like
feel like she didn't because when I first asked, you said no. But that's fine.
I said no because I was the one who ended up paying for it. But that doesn't mean people don't offer. I mean, there's many relationships like this where a woman asks or offers many times, but the man just says no because they would like to pay for more.
Yeah, no, I agree with
That's
that.
very
I
common.
always tell Zoya, I always offer, even not in a romantic situation. Like if I'm out with a bunch of dudes for a business meeting or something, I always offer something. I'm not just like, oh, thank you, and like you're so lucky you got me.
Is it rude to bring your luggage to a restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
though.
but
You're
what are you
ruining the
supposed to do?
aesthetic
Like,
of the
let's say
restaurant.
I
And
do
there's,
that
I feel like,
often.
all right, I feel like there's no scenario where you need to bring luggage to a restaurant.
It happens.
No,
though.
I've
If
done
you're on
it.
your way out and you're just
Yeah.
meeting someone on the way out, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Explain that.
So
Like-
you're on your way out, you're doing a last meeting with someone
On your way out from where?
from the room and you've checked out.
Oh, in a
Not in a hotel.
In a hotel.
I'm saying
She's
that there
saying
are
generally.
people who bring luggage to fine dining restaurants on their way to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you
No, yeah,
find
but-
is that acceptable?
Oh, again, what are you supposed to do?
I mean, I do it and feel really bad about it too. Sometimes,
But what is the option? Where would you leave it?
I mean,
If you don't have a driver?
what I've done in the past is I've paid Uber drivers to store my luggage while I do whatever meeting or dinner I have. I've done that before.
At this point, restaurants and tipping culture has become so unbelievably expensive that I am owed the ability to store luggage right next to me in my seat that's not bothering anybody. That's just how I feel nowadays.
Why are you so? What's happening?
Because-
No, it is so expensive.
Because first of
He's
all,
right.
and I had this whole conversation with Mom earlier, but I'll tell it to you guys. Food quality, specifically in New York City, but also around America, has become at an all-time low. Like, it is at an all-time low. I go to a restaurant, every single one, no matter what I get, whether it's a steak, whether it's a vegetable, whether it's whatever, I feel so bad later that night because of that restaurant. And I'm feeling that way at much higher rates than I've ever felt in my life before. I'm not saying it was amazing before, but I'm saying it wasn't this
But
bad.
maybe you're getting older.
no.
No, I mean, I'm 20. Like, it shouldn't be affecting me
And
this
the
badly.
bill is astronomical.
And the bill
no
is
matter-
astronomical. Like and then the 20% tip on top of the bill. and
Minimum.
Minimum.
It's now 20% minimum. Like now the options are 20, 25, 30.
Or at least 22 and 25. You're
Okay,
right.
but I have a question that I'd like to unpack.
What?
Oh wow, that was good.
What?
No one else noticed?
I know
Or you
that.
use the word pack.
Unpack. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You can ask the question now.
What was the question? Yeah. Or you just got that far.
No, I was just excited for people to be entertained by my pun, but only Veer was amused. Okay, if you could only have 5 items to pack in your suitcase, you only get 5, and there's no pre-qualifications for what your trip is. You just have 5
Toiletries will
items.
be one item.
Toiletries isn't it? Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask the same question.
Okay, you can have toiletries. Toiletries are one item, but specify what would be in your toiletries bags. You only get a few items. You're packing light. What are the necessities? For me, it's clean socks. If my socks are nasty and they've been worn, I will not wear them again. I need clean socks. I need the makeup removal towel, the skin towel. That's my favorite. I need a hairbrush. What?
What?
Nothing.
Why are you two looking at
He wears his socks for like a week at a time. That's why I'm laughing.
No.
I'm being serious. I had to air him out.
There's nothing wrong with wearing socks a couple of days in a row. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Why is that crazy? And they're socks. They're not like underwear or like it's socks.
Socks are underwear. That's like
They
equivalent.
go over your feet. Like it's not like they're in your. No one's even seeing them. Like I don't know.
So you'll wear the same pair of socks for 7 days.
Not 7 days, but I'll wear the same pair of socks for 2 or 3 days. If I work out, I'll change my socks. Maybe I'll take off my socks when I work out.
Maybe?
Next day, I'll change them. Yeah, I mean that's not
You've
like an
seen him do
insane-
this, Veer?
If I had to bring 5 things to travel,
I've worn socks same day 2 days in a row.
if you have
didn't do
5 things
anything
to
in
pack
them?
for any sort of vacation and you include socks, you're crazy. Like out of all the
Include
5
socks or
things you
include
can
a pair
take,
of
you're
socks
taking
too?
socks.
You're not
would
bringing
include
socks.
I would include a pair of socks. I'm pretty
What are your
specific.
5?
My 5 would be toiletries, which is one. But
Yeah.
within toiletries, I'll have my Hermes deodorant, I'll have Santa Maria cream. I just want to feel fresh. Wherever I am the next morning.
You will be just as fresh buying the cheap deodorant from the airplane.
Okay, let's not go there because, it's sort of like an uneducated person talking to an educated person. It's really hard, the conversation to sustain itself on these things, So let's not go there. But
Wait, are we all uneducated or is it just mom specifically?
He's saying in the regard of deodorant.
in the regard
no,
of
I know, but
cosmetics,
do you feel that way about all of us or is Veer in your camp? Because I know you think Veer has good
Veer
taste.
is my camp, especially after I used a perfume and tried to steal it and took it back. But yes.
Oh, that was so funny.
I tried to steal this really cool cologne that he has on his shelf where he has 5 colognes, maybe 6 in fact. And there's this green bottle. And I deliberately left it in my bathroom thinking he may not notice because there's so many others. But by the evening when I come back and see it's gone. Because he actually came into so he figured out it was missing. he figured out that if it is missing, there's only one person in this entire apartment who's capable of taking it. And if he is taking it, he will leave it in his bathroom. And if he doesn't take it, it may get completely hodgepodged into other toiletries. So he took it back and left it in his.
Wow.
So yeah, so Veer is definitely in my camp. And I think that the more I've introduced him to, cosmetics and so on, he takes it like fish takes to water, so it's very, very natural.
Wait, you introduced me?
I mean, some of these colognes I've introduced you to, right?
You haven't introduced me to a single one.
I thought there's one of them that we bought together.
We bought them together.
Okay,
Whatever.
what are your 5 things?
Okay, cosmetics is an important one because the next morning I would always take a pair of running shorts because
Yes.
I love the idea of being able to run, and which is why I also take a pair of socks. I like taking, a shirt and a pants because you just never know.
But
what
this
might-
is way more than 5. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
No,
here?
shirt, pants.
And nobody
yeah.
listing fresh pair of underwear?
That's what I was thinking. I was waiting to say
My first
that.
thing was fresh pair of
I mean,
underwear.
you can't do
Yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
but
for
then
that.
that is
but-
also part of the
But if
5.
I have 5 things, I don't know if that'd be my 5. 'Cause
I
you
would
wouldn't-
have a fresh
No,
pair.
Are you
clean
counting-
underwear.
Are you counting iPhones as part of your 5? Like
No,
iPhone,
no,
computer?
no, no.
Oh my God. Basically, we can't travel light.
Yeah.
Basically, 5
I mean, I have
became
traveled light.
15.
There was a time I would travel just with a toothbrush
That's
from
gross.
Europe to New York and back.
In his back pocket, exposed. It's true. True.
Did you
With
get the
his,
hair?
I was,
with,
I
no,
was
I
Bridges'
was
age,
like,
actually
yeah.
Zoya's age.
With his passport next to it.
So passport and
Hold
a
on.
toothbrush.
We're all saying ew. A lot of these ews flew back in the day, and if you did it today, it would be a lot crazier than it was when they did it.
People-
Oh
Probably
God, I did not
not.
fly back in the day. There's no way it was like normal for someone to keep their toothbrush in their back
Not
pocket at your
normal,
age.
but those
That
types.
was normal?
Yeah.
Because I
I
assumed that she would have toothpaste.
No,
so I
not
didn't bring
that. You're saying
toothpaste.
people.
Yes, people did it all. We're going to take a brief pause to tell you about our sponsors for today's episode, Function Health. Elite athletes don't guess about their health. They measure everything. And if you're a busy professional, if you're a busy mom, if you're a busy anybody, you don't have time to be dealing with unknowns and variables. Everything in your body is giving you a signal. Your skin is giving you a signal, your level of energy is giving you a signal, your hair is giving you a signal, and there are ways to measure everything and stay on top of it the way elite athletes do, and you should do it the way I do it. Function Health makes it so easy. They measure everything that is important to you. Check your health the way I do. I highly recommend it. Function Health provides 160 plus lab tests for $1 a day and member pricing on advanced imaging if you should need it. Join at functionhealth.com/Zarna and use code Zarna25 for a $25 credit today. Do not leave things to chance. You don't have to. Try it out and tell me what you think.
This is a interruption to the episode for something that is very important and very urgent. 52% of you who watch at Zarna Garg YouTube channel have not subscribed to our channel. It's totally free to do. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button right below this episode. As many of you know, we are the modern family business where I am in charge of the podcast, Bridge is in charge of ZarnaBot, Veer is in charge of everything and anything that we can't do. And he's also, by the way, the funniest character in the skits. It's confirmed by virality. But we all are trying to build together and bring more of this amazing content to your world.
We've been through almost 200 episodes not asking people to subscribe because we didn't even want to make that ask. We were like, who comes. But we learn now that if we don't grow our subscriber base, we cannot grow our podcast. We cannot bring you the features that we want to bring you. We cannot bring you all the exciting new programming we have designed for you that is totally free. All you have to do is hit subscribe. It helps us so much. If you've ever enjoyed, laughed out loud with us, if you've ever thought, I wish I could do something for them, this is your opportunity. Hit that subscribe button.
Now back to the episode.
I was gonna do a toothbrush company at one point. This is true. What led me to that? Do you know what led me to wanting to do a disposable toothbrush company? I was doing a little bit of research of how people keep their mouth clean on the go because you guys were doing a lot of travel sports. So I was like, oh, I wonder how the guys do it in like Wall Street offices. Because they're there working like 12, 15-hour days. I'm sure they're brushing their teeth in between meetings and whatever. So I went to meet some of the colleagues that your dad was working with, and they all had a work toothbrush and a toothpaste. So I was like, so how do you store it? How often do you change it? They're like, oh, we just throw it in the drawer, wet. And I was like,
And why is that a problem?
how? And
Where
how
would you keep it otherwise?
Ew.
and how often do you change it? I kid you not. I had a guy say I bought it when I started the job. It was 9 years ago. That's when I knew that the. And see, he's still confused why this is a problem.
I mean, I will say one thing that is a hack is having lots of Ziploc bags in your luggage.
Ziploc bags do nothing.
Yeah,
What?
Literally.
Like, see, this
Wait,
new
okay, can I
generation.
You
Explain-
don't need Ziploc bags. They're useless.
Okay, let's-
In the regard of packing.
Let's.
Ziploc bags are the holy grail of
Yes.
bags.
You tell me what you use them for.
So I'm gonna talk about my Ziploc bags. I am not great at folding my clothes. I'm really not. But what I have found that has helped me on the road is having multiple big Ziploc bags. So any clothes that are dirty go in that Ziploc bag, and also keeping your clean underwear and socks and everything compartmentalized. Your outfit for this, your outfit for that, your belts in here, your makeup towels in here. It just gives me mental clarity because I feel like luggage and unpacking, first of all, packing is nothing. Unpacking is the worst experience ever.
Both are easy.
No, I can't stand unpacking.
Well,
I
that brings
find
me the
it.
question, what is your favorite luggage?
Hold on. Let me also say, they make luggage with like 8 different compartments exactly for that reason. You have the top, you have the second top,
Nobody
you have
uses
the
that.
What is your most favorite luggage?
Why would you ever unpack?
Wait, what?
He doesn't
Like,
unpack.
why would you unpack? Why don't you just keep it in your suitcase?
When
You
do you
have to,
wash
because
your
otherwise
clothes?
it gets creased.
Like, let's say, okay, so I travel to location, my suitcase is there, right? It has all my clothes in it. It's day one. I take out my pants, my shirt for the day, my underwear for the day, and my socks for the day. Okay, great. After that day's over, I put them aside, and then the next day starts, and I take out the new set. So I'm not unpacking. I'm
But
like
my point
slowly
is,
unpacking
like
through
my
time.
shirts and pants and jacket, if I leave them on a hanger, they won't get creased. By the time it comes to wear it the next day, it'll be nicely.
So you have to take it out so it doesn't
I
get
have to take
creased.
it out.
Okay, yeah.
But going back to my question, what's your favorite luggage company?
What?
Oh,
What's a
I
luggage?
mean, you
I don't
guys
even
use
think I
10
can.
bags.
I don't
of
even
time.
think I can name a
a
you
luggage
can name-
company.
I mean,
That's
I use Tumi. I bought it myself. It's not sponsored. I like it. It's easy to roll. I forget the company. What I look for is 8 wheels, not 4.
yes.
You have to have 8 wheels, double wheels on every bag, because I have had a bag fall apart on me. Why are you smiling?
I'm not.
I mean,
I
I,
have
just
had
want
a
to
bag.
raise my hand and give a shout out to a German company called Remova. It is the
Everyone
best.
knows that brand.
Remo
that, doesn't
is
even,
German?
that doesn't even count as European.
I love
Most
how Dad
Americanized
will be
European
like,
brand.
"Let me put you on, Hermes. Let me put you on."
By the way,
Marova."
my carry-on and my handbag is Remova too. Again, not sponsored. I paid for it, but it is very smooth. It is.
It's
rolls.
a German company.
So
They
it's
know what
worth
they're
it.
doing. They're a huge design company. They think of themselves as a design company, not
Yeah.
as, and very sturdy, so you can keep banging it all you want.
I don't think you're supposed to keep banging it, but okay. Yeah, they do bang it around.
It's the only European company I know that has done exceptionally well in luggage.
He asked you the question, what's your favorite luggage brand,
Yeah.
just so he could say his favorite luggage brand.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty obvious. You didn't sort of throw in a Stuyvesant knowledge there.
I
It was
found
pretty
out-
obvious. That's why I did it.
I
Like
found-
seriously, we come up with this little more intelligent this thing pushback.
Okay, I found out recently in my travel that in your carry-on bag, you know how you have your laptop in your carry-on bag, and we have TSA pre-check, so we usually don't take the laptops out. But now, due to our business growing, I have to travel with multiple laptops, iPads, as different things do different functions. So I had 3 laptops and an iPad in my recent travels, and it flagged all kinds of security things, and they're like, you can only carry one, and you gotta take the other 2. I didn't know that was a thing. Did you know
I
that
didn't
was
know
a
that
thing?
either.
And battery packs? What?
I didn't know there was a limit to the number of laptops you can carry.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
There actually is?
No, you have to take them out.
You take them out, yeah.
For
yeah.
TSA pre-check,
You're only allowed to have
allow-
one inside,
But why?
yeah.
What
Well, they
Because
don't
you
want
can
you to be
probably
carrying
get 3 of
something
them
that-
together to create something out of it, right?
what am I
Household.
going to create with 3
No, it's just
laptops?
that it like interferes with the signal to be able to see all the other stuff.
Yeah. And why would a normal human, like,
My thing is that you always talk about your iPad. I've never seen you
No,
use
it's
it.
my emotional support iPad.
No,
I have it as a backup of the backup, and it has all my private secret accounts on it. I rarely use it, it is true.
ever.
But it
use
is
what
my
is your
big-
most commonly used electronic outside of your phone, of course?
Laptop.
wired
And
headphones.
MacBook. Yeah, wired headphones.
man.
No AirPods or
I
trash.
might use my laptop. It's not crazy to say you might use your laptop when you're working in a day more than you use your iPhone.
Yeah.
Because laptops are like the most powerful thing I've
Laptops
ever
are the best.
experienced in my life.
And I'm just gonna say, AirPods. Every time we travel, one of you loses something. Either one of the pods or the case
One of
or
us?
one of you three.
Or what have you?
No, I don't
No,
use
you
AirPods.
lose-
You scream every day.
I don't
Who
use-
stole my thing? Who stole my glasses?
No,
Who stole my
I'll
headphones?
tell you.
Who stole my computer?
Hold-
Who stole my phone? Oh, it's
I'll
right
tell-
here. No, never mind. Never mind.
No, hold on. Because you guys lose your AirPods and then everybody goes running to my bag for the wired headphones.
That has
Nobody's
never
never-
once happened. Wait, I want to ask you guys a question.
Wait, I do that.
Can any of you guys name the last time you remember me losing something permanently
Now, permanently is defined. Define permanent.
that I haven't found?
What do you mean define permanent?
By finding it's it's like saying that it's somewhere in some nook and cranny of the apartment. It's still losing it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, something that I cannot physically show you today.
AirPods, it's a great example. You
I've
did.
never lost a pair of
Just
AirPods.
the last pair where you said that it's somewhere in the apartment. you never
I can show you. They're in my
Yeah,
room
he
right
does
now.
have them.
Okay, Veer, you do care about your stuff. There's no question about
I
it.
mean, he's gone more on me when it comes to these kind of things. It's true, especially his intellect and his organization and all of that. But still, I'm sure he's lost things.
I've lost one thing in my life.
What?
It was this. Remember?
Oh, but it fell.
I was playing basketball.
The clasp of your.
They doomed me. David Yurman's evil brand, but we will still take the sponsor. So.
You know what stresses me
Bridge has
out?
lost the most things.
All right, yeah, I knew that was gonna get brought up. I was like sitting here
Yeah,
and wondering when
And
someone's
also,
gonna
I
say it.
didn't bring it up, just so you remember.
I'm not
Because
saying
you
you
also
did.
were out there on a roll defending your dad this
I
past
wasn't
weekend.
defending-
I didn't bring
That was
up.
beer.
No, but you also said
What
you
was he
were,
defending me about?
you were
Beer's the one
complicit
that
in
What
your
was the attack
silence.
that required defense?
So Veer was essentially saying that he believes that you don't sleep a lot of time during the day, and you actually do spend a lot of your day working comparably to mom. And,
No, I did not say comparably to
and-
mom. I said generally.
and mom obviously crashed out on him, and it was like, let's see if he's awake right now. Let's see if he's awake right now. and then I was silent, and my silence was complicitness for mom with Veer saying.
Your silence was deafening to me
Why don't you
because
try
I was
this?
waiting.
Try sending me an email at any given hour of the 24 hours, not counting Saturday and Sunday, so Monday to Friday. And within
what?
within T plus 60 minutes of sending that email, you will get a response.
I didn't
You
say
can pick that
anything.
time. So you can pick
Why
that time
am I being the target
to
person?
be at 3 a.m. You can pick that time to be 2 p.m.
Say
You
it
can
to
pick that
Veer
time
or
to
Mom,
4
what do you
a.m.
mean?
Just pick any time of the 24
I'll do that. I don't believe you.
All right.
I'm willing to call your bluff.
I'm not bluffing. But Monday to
I'll
Friday.
put money on it.
Just not
Doesn't
Saturday
count
and
Saturday,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, because
fine.
Saturday, Sundays, he's off.
Because markets are off. I'm not really looking at the market.
Okay, can I
But
call you out?
parenting markets
Wait.
must also be off.
Okay,
as
I am
said.
going to call you out on something that really irked me.
We're going to take a brief pause to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, Quince.com. So, luxury essentials made affordable. No one does it better than Quince. And this summer, I spent my entire summer living in their lightweight cashmere cardigans because even though it's warm out, you know the AC is blasting the minute you walk in somewhere. And these lightweight cashmeres are easy to pack. You can throw them in your tote bag. You can throw them in your carry-on luggage when you're traveling. I bought them in every color because also the sizing is so accurate and I've been living in them. Quince makes everyday essentials, like luxurious essentials, so affordable because there's no middleman. They go straight to the manufacturer. And it's all colors and styles that you like none of the funky stuff. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/Zarna for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/Zarna for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Zarna.
I don't agree with you saying that you have a job for the mind
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everybody uses their mind at work.
What happened to packing?
No, but like a construction worker will use his mind to do the construction, but will also use his hands. correct?
But what do you mean that?
I just don't have a computer job. I don't require physical exertion.
So what does it mean to have do you understand what I'm saying?
No. Just explain it. Explain it. Like a doctor doesn't require physical exertion in his job. He's sitting on a desk, listening to a patient talk, advising against it. right?
Okay.
There was no physical exertion
Okay.
required.
So is that a mind for that's a job?
That's a mind job as far as I'm concerned. He's just using his mind and experience of having seen 10,000
I guess
people.
I think
it's
what you're saying
white
is
collar
like
versus blue collar.
I think what he's
Not
saying is
necessarily
like
white or blue, just many
more like-
jobs pay well, but don't require.
Can I take a stab at it? I think a good analogy is like chess versus basketball versus chess.
That's a good
there's-
example too.
Yeah,
Chess
there's
is-
no physical. It's literally only
Yeah,
mind.
so you could almost
versus
say
Or
chess.
like
chess is not a
technology.
sport.
Yeah.
But the way you say it, I have a mind job. It kind of feels like you have a smart people job and everybody else is kind of dumb. I'm not saying it, but that's what she's
I
picking
mean,
up
like
on.
the job I do is going to be the first one to be automated by artificial intelligence. So it's clearly not smart people job. It's like any other job that's professional in nature and only requires a human being to use their mind and experience of the mind to be able to commit
Well,
to that
I have
job.
a question. How often do you have to travel for your job? I'm just curious.
For about 20 years, I used to travel 5 times a year.
5 times a year.
To
Okay.
see clients.
So that's not that much. That's
Not
like
that
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So it never requires. I certainly don't have to travel to do my job.
Okay.
Would it be a prolonged trip, or you just go for a day for like a meeting?
For 2 nights at most, 2 nights and back.
What's new to me? Okay, that actually satisfied me completely. So
Okay.
I feel resolved about this. Do you see how direct communication can resolve things? That was
What
amazing.
kind of communication is that?
Direct.
Direct.
You know, not like
Speaking.
passive, the way that you and mom passively seem to.
But why did you allude to it right now to instigate it?
No, I'm just pointing out a good example, a model of good behavior.
Maybe I shouldn't call it my job. I'm just saying professional, like white collar jobs.
Yeah,
Right? Most white
we
collar
get
jobs
it.
don't need.
It's what Elon Musk calls the laptop class.
Yeah, there you go.
Why do you guys?
And by the way,
Wait,
by the way, those laptop class jobs are the first to go away whenever a new innovation occurs.
Yes.
Okay,
So
I
when
want
internet
to come
came
back to
around,
packing and unpacking. This is a tangent.
So many of my
Wait,
colleagues in Wall
wait. Can I say something? I
Yeah.
was just about to bring it back to the topic, and it's
Go ahead. Yeah.
what I didn't realize when I graduated college is that many people choose their job and their professional work based on how much travel there is and there is not. A lot of people choose their job based on there's a lot of travel in this job, and that's something I want in my way of life. And I didn't know that actually. Like I
And
didn't think.
vice versa too. People who don't want travel.
Yeah, I didn't know that was something that people eagerly saw.
Like a consulting job, if you're working in McKinsey.
Yeah.
Starting out of Stanford or college, there is going to be tons and tons of travel, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right? But if you start at Goldman Sachs, there's going to be zero travel, just longer hours.
I actually hate traveling. Just so the audience knows, I'm very, very much against traveling. I don't like it. I'm not somebody who goes to a nice location like Rome or other places to go view the monuments or anything. It's just not what I'm just not interested in seeing museums or beaches or like I'm one of those people because everyone and their mom when they get to college says my favorite thing in the world to do is travel. I love seeing all these different things. It fulfills me. I'm so against that. So one of my biggest hot takes is that I don't like traveling, but I have to do it because for work and specifically the entrepreneurship endeavor, traveling is probably like one of the most important things you could ever do in any entrepreneurial endeavor because you're constantly meeting new people, you have different work events in different cities. And at this age, because travel has become so easy for people, if you're not traveling, you're just so far behind. So it's kind of like that's one of the weaknesses I spend my most time doing. And as a result, when it comes to packing, I hate packing because I hate traveling, but I find ways to make it easier for myself.
What are the ways that you make it
So I
easier?
had one more point on your mind versus other thing. I do believe that, and people are going to kill me when I'm about to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh my God.
Compensation is the most fair adjudicator of the importance of a job.
Oh. So you think that
That a surgeon who for doing literally 1.5 minutes of anesthetic shot, right, to a pregnant woman, right? Your mom got it once, I think, with one of the kids for sure. But anesthesia that comes in and gives the epidural and goes out, it's literally 1 minute. And for that one shot, he gets paid $11,000, right? And you could say that's so much money for that one shot, right? Examples of that kind of, like all over the place. A typical hedge fund manager for one successful trade is taking home 20% of fees, right? And that is the cost. So your mother is a great example. The amount of money she's making per unit of joke is probably 10 times more than the top quartile of comedians in America today, right?
100 times, but yeah.
So I'm saying that compensation is the only true, accurate adjudicator.
So like the ratio of time to money.
No, not necessarily time to money.
What is
but-
compensation?
So even if it takes longer time, what you're getting paid to do what you're doing is the final and the most appropriate.
The market decides. Is
The
what
market
he's saying.
decision.
The market is telling you
There's
how.
literally nobody who will write you a check unless they really have to.
So I guess first of all, I think it's a fascinating point. I guess the one question is then, do you believe the markets are blind? Like they will justly say this deserves the money, this doesn't deserve the money, and it makes sense.
They're fairly blind to everyone.
Yeah.
They are blind, but they're fairly blind to everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
So it's not the case that this person has it more fair than you have it or I have it over a course of time. And in America in particular, which is why your mother and I left Europe, right? We did. I mean, I say so many good things about Europe. Maybe I should say one negative thing about Europe as well. In Europe, and this may have changed. I'm
Just
drawing
as
upon.
we are about to go to Europe, right in time, go for it.
But in Europe, and these are very homogenous societies, right? So in a very homogenous, and I'm take the UK, London out of it because that's more like New York, but mainland Europe, which includes Germany and Sweden and Switzerland, all these countries, it's a very homogenous society. So that fairness of compensation will not be there. Here in America, though, it truly is the ultimate arbiter. And success, money will follow a successful person, and a person who claims he's successful and has no money to show for it is just missing the point.
I think what you're saying is it's not about the amount of hours you put in, it's about the importance of the hours that you are putting in.
Or what the product was. So,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
value.
Steve Jobs used to say about the 10,000 hours, that it takes 10,000 hours of doing the same thing again and again and again to be. I
you
mean, our
agree
own
with that?
producer. She now gets things done and she's only done it for a couple of years, right? 3 years, 4 years maybe. And she gets these things done with a speed that is uncanny. So she will obviously command, I mean, she has a horrible boss, but if she had a nice boss, she would command a higher compensation for what she does. But you will get my point.
That's interesting.
No, I think that's a really interesting point.
Okay, wait, I want to go back to your point. You said that you have hacks that help you travel, even though you find it miserable to travel. What are your hacks?
I have more
Firstly-
after him.
Yeah, I want to know your
Firstly, I'm a very speed packer. I'm not somebody who folds my clothes every single time before putting in the luggage. I don't find like all the little different like things to isolate different bags and everything to make sure everything is perfect. Because I don't like to do it, I have to cut corners and able to get myself to push through and go to these places. And that includes just throwing my clothes in the bag and then try to get it out when I can and then make it look nice or whatever I can. Often I'll show up to clothes. My clothes will be slightly, because mom doesn't let me show up to clothes with like anything too wrinkly. It's not really wrinkled, to be honest with you. But I have almost went to, because I wore a button-down shirt that was very wrinkled and she didn't let me go on with it. So I had to change it because she doesn't believe in that, which is fair. I also don't believe in it. But because of these things that happen, because I just do not like going to locations, like I have no interest in going to Miami, Rome, like any of these
Why
places.
do you keep bringing up Rome? It is upsetting to me because
Why?
everybody knows I loved my trip to Rome.
Well, it's not about
because she's a
you.
Latin
It's
student.
about Rome is like the pinnacle of human, like if anybody were to say what's the most beautiful human location,
That's
Rome
not
would be
true.
like top one.
That's not true.
What else would be there?
People
It's-
generally
Italy.
pick Paris.
People
Paris,
pick-
Rome,
No,
those are
Rome
like the
is
three.
not. Rome is an academic trip.
Okay, regardless. So besides for just throwing things, hopefully clean things in your bag, at least is everything clean?
Yeah, everything's clean, yeah.
And
the
then
most
you
part.
take it out and you iron it when you get there.
Yeah, of course.
Bridge,
yeah, that's the logic on that.
Don't put your shoes in your bag loosely.
Yes.
Oh, so
then
who
what
needs a Ziploc bag?
Yeah, what do you use?
It doesn't have to be a Ziploc. You can literally put any bag, just a recycled, reusable bag
That's
from
fine.
Target.
What's the problem with putting it loosely?
Because then the dirt from the bottom of your shoe gets all over your clothes and the dust and whatnot.
And so, what's the big deal?
No, but you are like, my clothes can't be creased, but you're fine with your shoes.
Yeah, how are you
catching
fine with
your,
that?
Your,
Yeah, I mean, I
Your
just put them
Brioni
on the
linen
side
shirt?
and then put the shirt and the jacket on the other side.
That's
Just create a
fine.
little space between them, and that's about it.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that travel in general, this is a little bit different from packing, I guess, but travel in general has made it so that literally 90% of society is the exact same person that just looks different when it comes to traveling. Everybody wants to go to the same locations. Everybody wants the same aesthetic. Literally, you look at people's Instagrams nowadays, they look all the exact same. It's all an aesthetic photo at some like blacked out party and then something of just food. It's unbearable. And I think that
How can it be unbearable at 14 years? You haven't even like.
I don't. I hate like just all right, whatever.
I loved that. That was great.
Yeah, but what I'm just trying to say is that if you think you're so cool for traveling and taking aesthetic photos, try and switch it up. invest yourself in what you really do believe is fun and think is cool rather than trying to fit in with society. But my actual point on packing is that I think that you should pack with no variety.
I want to go to a national park for travel. I just want to.
And you will not last 1 minute.
I want to go to a national park,
national
especially
park.
on the West Coast.
Okay, are you just gonna are you gonna ignore my point?
My
You
point was exactly supportive of you, that will not be shiny and glossy pictures. It'll be pictures of a mountain with me sitting in front of
No,
the
you
mountain.
didn't hear the second part of his
Yeah,
point.
you just come. You decided to stop listening.
What does
once
it
you
mean?
decided you had a
What
point.
does it mean to pack with no variety?
What I mean is that if you're there for 3 days, you pack 3 outfits and no more, no less.
Oh, so you prepare your outfits ahead of time.
Prepare. You look at the weather. You look at how hot and how warm it's going to be. If it's going to be raining, you chronicle what you're going to be doing that day, and then you pack an outfit based on that, and that's it. You don't pack an extra shirt and extra pants just in case. You literally just pack that, and that's it. So that you have only what you need, and that your suitcase isn't overly heavy or overly stuffed.
I actually agree with that. My life, when I pack according to the outfits that I'm going to wear and maybe one extra outfit, is so much easier. I find it so liberating the 1 or 2 times I get to go to the airport with just a carry-on bag. When that has happened, I feel like an explorer. I feel so...
So will you pack like that for your upcoming non-business?
Yes.
Sorry, it is business, but non-performance related trip?
Well, Veer, do you have any other tips that you wanted to share?
No, that was the main one. I also wanted to say that traveling alone is infinitely times easier than traveling with a family.
You traveled alone. You're 14. What was it like traveling alone at such a young age?
It's so, well, first of all, mom had to make sure that there was obviously like an adult with me. But it does make sense. Like at this point, we're too far into our business to risk that. But like I felt for most part what it is to be traveling alone, and it's just so much easier.
Were you nervous?
No, not at all.
I'll
I
say
was nervous
this,
the first time I went.
for good reasons. I'm not hating on it, but I'm saying for good reasons. It is very stressful to travel with mom. It is very stressful to travel with mom for good reasons. It's for good reasons. I've already prefaced and I said that. It's just stressful because I'm very
And
stressed
how
out
was it
about.
traveling with dad?
Well, I don't even know if I've ever traveled.
We did go to India.
One trip like 8 years ago. But it is very stressful traveling with mom because she, again, for really good reasons, is very particular about every little thing, which you have to be, but it can be very stressful because every time she says something, I'm very scared that it's going to be some sort of thing that either I forgot or I need to go run and do it or something happened. So it's very stressful. And when you're alone, that stress is free because it's just you and your thoughts. So it is a little bit easier.
Just one public service message. Airport shopping should be avoided. It's 4 or 5 times the price of the same thing
That's
bought
not
outside
true.
the
There's
airport.
duty free at the airports.
Duty free is only for alcohol there at work.
No, I shopped in Dubai airport. I like bought a whole new wardrobe. There was no duty. There was no tax. It was great. I mean, and I had space in my
What is no
carry-on
duty?
luggage.
Is that no tax?
Yeah, there's no tax.
Oh, okay.
Because it's
Duty free.
international zones.
I am very excited because mom and I are going on vacation, which is the first time we've gone on vacation in 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe my
Ever.
whole life. And we are going for 7 days. We're going to London for 6. We're going to Spain for 1. We're going to Spain to be a very exciting friend.
Our vacation is centered around meeting really cool people doing really cool things. So that's why we decided to go, because in New York and LA, when we're traveling for work, there's no time to explore new ideas. So this week we're committing to exploring new ideas with new possible collaborators and just take it out. I wanted to go back to Bridge saying he hates to travel. I used to be a
I
person.
didn't say that.
No,
You did
did
say
say
that.
that.
I hate to
5
travel
times.
with you.
No.
with me.
You just
I
hate it
hate
as a
to travel.
concept.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, can I finish my vacation
Why are you
point?
so on edge?
Because I knew you were going to say something and I was like scared now. See, this is how I feel in the airports with her. It's like, I just
I
get
said
scared.
nothing. Why is he on edge? This is a him issue.
Wait, I want to finish my
Yeah.
point. I think when you label something a vacation, it's instantly more exciting. Because ever since we've been calling it a vacation, which it is a
Life
vacation.
is such a vacation. Doesn't
Really?
make it exciting? You just said you label something a vacation, what makes it exciting?
No, I think the whole premise of a vacation is that it's a thing to look forward to that is in some way an escape of your current day-to-day life.
Yes.
Right? It's a uniquely different thing than whatever you're experiencing today. And so I'm looking forward to it, and
I don't
I'll
know
let
if
you go
I
ahead.
fully agree with that. I agree in spirit with what you're saying, but then then technically, according to that, what we do when we do shows, like yesterday we were in Baltimore, that would also technically be a vacation.
No, that was not a vacation.
But that is a
we were
switch
getting
up. That is a
directly
switch up
paid.
from our day-to-day life.
No,
It's actually part of your day-to-day.
that's part
That's
of
not
to
true.
me and our
Oh, okay.
to me the distinction is our live shows, we are getting paid to complete a job, even though our job is extremely unique in that it's a job to entertain people and make them feel welcome and to put on an amazing live show. And since we've been doing that every weekend and are so lucky to do that every weekend, this, which is me and Mom traveling for a different purpose, is actually distinctly different. Anyways, Mom,
Which
you can
cities?
go
You're
ahead.
going to be in London, right?
London and Spain.
I wanted to talk about Bridge when he mentioned I hate to travel, not with Mom, but just hate to travel. I was a person who notoriously hated to travel when you guys were little.
Really?
Yeah,
It was,
she hated
first
it.
of all, traveling with kids is just
Yeah, well, she also
Yeah,
had to
that's
manage all
very-
You
three
guys
kids.
think it's
Yeah.
hard traveling with me. Do you know how many years I traveled with you guys? A car
That's
seat,
fair.
a stroller, a diaper bag. I mean, I just gave up. At one point, I was like, I'm going nowhere. I don't care what the world has to offer. I don't want. But now, as an entrepreneur, the thing that has liberated me from all the anxiety and angst that comes with travel, that is inevitable. The flight will get delayed and cancelled. There will be rain. The hotel will mess up. It happens all the time. But what has liberated me is that I know how to work through all of it. So I don't lose any productive hours, minutes, or seconds even. I just keep working. I keep a cool head. I know it's going to happen. And that has changed how I travel, because part of the reason we get frustrated when things go wrong when you're traveling is that you're like, but now I'm wasting my time sitting at the
Yeah.
airport. Do not waste that time. Just keep working. We're all working on our laptops anyway, most
That's
of us.
actually such a good point.
Just keep working through it, and now you're a lot more relaxed wherever you are. It's totally fine. And I truly believe now, as an entrepreneur, that luck needs to find you moving.
I so
Luck is
agree.
not going to come looking for you in your house or in your office. You need to hurl yourself out there into the universe. Meet people everywhere you go. Talk to everybody you can, even if just for 2 minutes. You never know who's out there. So many opportunities in our life have come about because we were sitting next to somebody who was doing something cool. And even if it was not that person then connected you. The more you put into your destiny, the more you're going to get out of it. I truly believe it. And that's part of why I'm teaching you guys to travel on the go. Being attached to your home and your health maxing lifestyle, where you get up at a certain time and you have a class that you're addicted to because all that is good and fine. It's not going to make you successful. It's just not. Success is in the discomfort. Success is in plowing through the discomfort. It's in learning how to navigate it. It's learning how to keep your head cool through it. Because every other successful person is out there in that arena fighting that fight.
One of my favorite stories from your book was when you were early into building your company and you had written this screenplay.
Yeah.
You booked a flight to
Yeah.
LA, which at
Yeah.
the time was a very expensive thing to do. There was supposedly a screenwriting festival of some kind where there was going to be an Indian producer who was a good friend of ours.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I know.
set it up.
I didn't know there was going to be an Indian. I didn't know anybody. I had just written a screenplay by myself in my own bedroom and bought a subscription to Variety magazine because it appeared to be a film trade magazine. So I was like, maybe in this magazine there are some clues on who buys these screenplays and how to do. I didn't know anything. I used to read it thinking, okay, is somebody going to advertise, like looking for screenwriter? Like, how do you break into this? I didn't find any of those ads, but what I did find was an ad for a Variety magazine inclusion, diversity, something event that looked like they were looking for new voices, even though I had no idea what it was. I bought a ticket to buy that event. The event was expensive. It was like at the Four Seasons Hotel in LA, which was crazy. It was so expensive, but I remember sitting in New York and thinking, if I want to be in the movie business and I want to sell the script, I've got to go there and try to meet somebody. So I bought this ticket not knowing anybody, not knowing what any of these events are. I was one of the handful, if not the only single person there by myself. Because when I went there, I found that all the tables were like, this studio, this movie company, that streaming company. I was by myself. I didn't know anybody. But that event had released a list of attendees the night before. And I went through the entire list and I emailed every single person on that list. It was like 200, 300 people. And there was one Indian sounding name. I didn't know who this guy was. There was one Indian sounding name, and that was my first email, obviously. And then he emailed me back. He was one of the 2 or 3 people who emailed me back. Nobody else emailed me back. And he was like, sure, I'll meet you. So the whole event, I was hunting for this guy. Like, where is this guy? And that became the first friend I made in the movie business. But it would not have ever happened if I was just sitting in New York thinking, well, they'll come find me. Lot of smart people make this mistake. They think they're so smart, their product or service is so good that the world will come and find them. That is not going to happen. I don't care if you're Einstein and inventing the new light bulb. Did he invent the light bulb?
No, it's
Gravity, but sure, close enough.
No, gravity.
what? Oh my goodness.
I thought instant.
Nobody
equals
invented
MC
gravity.
squared.
He didn't do it. E equals MC squared.
Okay, whoever invented the light bulb, if you're inventing the new light,
Thomas Edison.
Newton,
No, Thomas Edison.
Edison, sorry, I forgot.
Well, it's disputed, but yeah.
Whatever it is that you're inventing, if you cannot sell it, if you are, no, I'm not gonna do it. The world will find me. The world will find my amazing chicken sandwich or my organizing skills or what. It's not. Throw yourself out there, people, and just embrace the chaos. Travel. Now I'm like, the flight is late. No worries. I got my laptop. I got my iPad. I got my backup iPad that I had to take out for TSA, but it's there and it's fully charged. But this, since being a packing episode, I will say, let's round up this episode with your top 3 packing tips. Each person. Top 3 packing tips. I'm ready to go if you want.
Go ahead.
My top 3 is 1, always have a check luggage, but try your best to fly direct. Try your best. I always have check luggage. I absolutely will do anything. I will pay any money to not do a stopover, because once you have a stop involved, the probability that your bag doesn't make it becomes very high, and that makes me nervous. 2, pack all your expensive essentials in your carry-on. So if I'm carrying a nice bag, or if I'm carrying a very expensive sweater or whatever, that's in my carry-on. So even if my check bag gets lost, it happens, and like, you'll live with it. And 3, and most important, have 1 bag of toiletries that will make you feel comfortable no matter where you are. In my toiletries, I have a toothbrush, I have a toothpaste, a deodorant, a little perfume, a little thing of perfume, and I even carry a spare change of underwear in my handbag always. Because if anything happens, I want to just feel refreshed so I can like deal with it with confidence.
I have
Mine
three.
are,
You can go.
Go.
mine are make sure to download the latest Netflix and the Prime Video, because the flight will get long and they never work. The Wi-Fi never works properly the whole flight. So if you have it downloaded, you can watch it.
What
And
have
this
you
is-
recently been watching?
I'm really into Asian rom-coms. So I watched First Love, which is a Japanese drama, and I watched.
I thought you were in Korea. We've moved to Japan.
Some of the Japanese ones are very good too. I mean, I don't differentiate so much between Korea, Japan, and China. So Asian romantic. Then I watched The Three Body Problem, which is a Chinese alien versus human fight show, which is very awesome as well. But yeah, so make sure to download those things. The second, don't underpack. If you don't, you end up using some of the things, who cares? But it's important to have enough so that, an unexpected something shows up, you have enough clothes for it. I used to underpack, and it's not a great idea. It's always better to pack a little extra. And third, just make sure to carry your charger in your prop pocket, as opposed to or your handbag if you have one. I don't like carrying handbags.
You just put it loose in your pocket?
I just put it loose in my pocket. So make sure to carry it, because you'll need that the most.
I have my 3. My 3, first one, keep a portable charger on you. The one that if you have a newer phone, you just stick it on the back, or you can have the one that hangs from the bottom inside of the plug. My second one is digital boarding passes. A lot of people are still using the receipt papery
I like the
boarding pass. If you like it, you can keep using it. But a lot of airports have scanners that make it a lot easier, because you just bring your phone with you and you pull it out and do the Apple Pay, whatever, and you scan it. And then my third one is bring noise canceling headphones, so that you can first listen to music whenever you want to, and second of all, when you're about to sleep on the flight, you should always try to sleep on your flights because you should always try and max what time you do have to sleep. You could just use the headphones. You don't even need music, but you keep both in just to noise cancel. You don't have to bring an extra pair of earplugs to worry about, and then have a sleep mask on the flight as well.
Aside from the Ziplocs, I think you should bring one amazing toiletry that you're excited about. I find sometimes on the road, like a luxury body cream really does it for me because it makes me feel really refreshed and clean and taken care of and almost like I have home on the way. A beanie, I find a really soft beanie to be much easier to fall asleep in than a sleep mask. So I often steal mom's really nice beanies. I'm attributing this skill to you, but I find it really helpful. And protective measure, cash. I keep a lot of cash on me. Again, this is another skill I've learned from mom, especially if you're a woman on the road. Having cash to be able to tip people. Like if you need help carrying your bags and carrying your stuff, if you tip somebody who's working at the airport, they will help you. So I always carry a lot of cash on me for somebody who needs to unload my stuff. No, you don't need to rely on people to do it for you for free. Just pay somebody to help you do a good job and they will do it. So lots of cash too now.
Honestly, I don't really have great packing advice. I'm not good at it myself. But I would say one thing that could be really helpful is travel with people you like to have a lot of fun with, because when you're really cranky and it's really early mornings or really late nights and you can have fun, you can play games or do things you like, it makes it a lot more of an enjoyable experience.
Who is the most fun?
The most fun?
Because you have 3 people that travel with you every weekend, so.
I'd probably say Veer, because we play the most games together.
What's your favorite game?
Imposter. It's this game where you get a word and then one person gets a word that says imposter and you have to try to figure out who the person got the fake word.
Bridge, but we do so much work on the go.
That's true. I work a lot.
You have to balance it out, though.
famously
You
say a
don't
lot.
enjoy traveling with me to do the work?
No, I do. When did I say I don't enjoy it? What?
Because I'm just saying that.
Are you upset I didn't choose you?
No, I just think that you have the most fun when we are like working.
That's true.
You can't tell him how he has fun. He answered
But
the way
I know,
he answered.
I see it when we're like,
I know,
what
but
if
he-
we do
he
this?
answered-
What
All
if
right,
we
good
do
grades
this?
with Garg. The time is
Wait,
up.
we have one more segment before we go to Garg.
What?
We have a new segment that we're adding to podcast where we're going over some audience questions that were submitted to us last podcast episode. If you want to submit questions for the next episode to get covered about today's topic or whatever else, text your question and your name to the number 855-608-1717. It works fully internationally and wherever you are. If you text your name and a question you have, you have a chance to be getting your question read over the next podcast episode.
iMessage and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And it works internationally now.
Yeah, works everywhere. Anish asked, one piece of advice your parents gave you that you used to roll your eyes at but realized was completely correct, or any advice that they still give you and you cannot get yourself to follow?
Wow, that's a good question. This works for you guys too.
No, but I mean, you guys
yeah,
can
we wanna
answer
answer,
it more
but-
easily because, like, you know, I don't want to influence people.
What do you want us to say?
No, feel free to
Influence
say.
people.
Say whatever. What advice have I given
think
you?
about this.
I mean, one thing I always say is go early to the airport. That you guys always roll your eyes. I'm like
no one
helping
rolls
you.
their eyes. We all understand that one.
You do?
Yeah, who doesn't understand that? You don't want your flight to get delayed. And
You know what? Dad calls me out often because we're going to attribute most to your advice, but Dad calls me out often when I swear and that it is unbecoming and it's something that I can't follow because I have so many reasons to swear. But I really am trying to adopt, and every single time I swear, I think of you saying that in my head.
You know, partly, to be honest, it's just because we are very sophisticated with your language.
And I appreciate that. I'm just saying that it's something that's
Amongst
always
the
on my
five of us,
mind.
you're the most sophisticated with words, right?
Well, no, now that vocab with Veer is,
Yeah, but still, I mean, you're a Latin graduate
he's
from
also going to
Stanford.
be a Latin kid, so.
I would say one thing my mom always told me growing up that I never understood until literally like 2 weeks ago was to eat a lot of asparagus with your meals. I never understood why she always tried to get me to eat asparagus. I hated asparagus. It's like annoying green like stem. Why would anyone eat it? But recently, as I was like focusing on my diet and learning for foods that work well to pair with other foods to keep you full, but also not hurt your digestive system or help too much, asparagus turns out to be like one of the best options you could ever pair with a food, and it matches really well. So now, as an adult, I realize eating asparagus is a really good idea.
I love that. That's so specific. It's great.
Yeah, I guess mine would be like when you always need to look presentable. So like don't be stingy when you're buying clothes. I still do roll my eyes at that, but
you were kind of born with. I don't even know if you needed advice for that.
No, mom is definitely
no, but like
staple
when
that's
we're at malls, and she'll always make sure that like if I'm hesitating, she'll pull the trigger on like an article of clothing, because you always do need to look presentable. And every time it's worked out, I still do and will roll my eyes in the future. So I'm just letting you know, but it definitely has worked out. Like it makes sense, especially in the line of business that we're in.
So if you guys want your question possibly read next episode, feel free to text or WhatsApp the number 855-608-1717, the question that you want to get answered, and your name.
And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Garg, so too we are going to end this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, where each Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment of the episode. Who wants to go first?
I'm going to give my A grade split between mom and dad. I thought dad had a fantastic point about how money is like, that is what points towards the value of whatever product you're creating or whatever value you're creating. That was I didn't think of it that way, but I think it's a really good way of viewing like the importance of some tasks. And then mom, you had a great point. I can't remember the exact one, but it was near the end about how, I can't remember honestly, but I remember you had a great
I think you're just
point.
giving it to me because you know you were mean to me earlier on. And you're trying to balance things.
I remember I said, there'll be a moment in this episode, go back if you didn't hear it, where I said, that's a good point. And that was in referral to mom's point. I just can't remember it off the top of my head.
I'm going to give mine to Zoya for acknowledging her swearing and the effort she's making to control it. That was pretty funny.
I'm going to give my A grade to dad. I thought that he had that one really good monologue that I think it's the one that you gave your A grade for as well. And then my second reason is that mom was saying something that I could see how you could take offense to, and you kept your cool really well, and I noticed that.
Like what?
You were saying how like you have to be moving, and dad's job is obviously one where he's not traveling that much, and like.
But he doesn't have to travel to trade. He just needs to
It's
be.
interesting, Reed, but I did feel offended. I just kept my mouth
Yeah, I'm saying good job keeping
It's
your cool.
unbelievable how perceptive you are, Beta. It's unbelievable.
But I didn't mean to offend him.
I did feel, but you
Even if you
directly-
didn't, it just
It came
I could
across that
understand
way.
why he could feel offended.
Okay, anyways.
Wait, that was amazing.
That was really amazing, Reed.
Next
Because
A
I
grade.
did, I considered, in fact, and then decided against it to voice what I felt about that comment.
Yeah,
because
thank you, because the
specifically
viewers don't want to
said
hear it. Okay, but yeah. Let's keep the moving episode
All
moving. We
right,
talked about
since
this
he
topic.
was about to get offended, I'm just going to defend myself for a second. Has it or has it not been more useful for you when you're out and about meeting people? Be honest right now with the podcast episode, people, and tell them, is it or is it not inspiring for you to see me, how much I throw myself out there? As an entrepreneur yourself
So
who's
there are
building
two
his
parts
business.
to your question, right?
Yeah.
One part has to do with me, and one part the pride I feel in your effort.
Forget the pride in my effort.
Because the second part, of course, is true.
No, forget that. Is it inspiring for you when you are building your business to see how hard I work to build my business and actually put myself in uncomfortable situations?
No.
You'd seek no inspiration from it.
They're two completely, entirely different
So the
businesses.
meetings that you are doing with people and all, you
They
would
are
have done.
designed very differently. They're done very differently. They're very, extremely, just very different businesses. I just don't know how else to
So
explain.
none of those feelings have come from this idea that you don't see me meeting people and thinking, oh, maybe meeting people in my business will help me build. As your business is not only building, but it's growing. You're saying, I have nothing to do with any of it. Okay.
That is how.
I just want to say also that I
Now,
didn't.
that has nothing to do with the second point you made, the pride in your accomplishments.
No, it's fine. I get it.
I want to say I didn't mean to downplay anything you do, and I'm grateful for the learning experiences. I just wanted to.
I mean, it's just ironic that the woman who's out there inspiring the entire world, there's literally thousands and thousands of people getting out of their homes, getting out of their offices and working because they see my life and they
No,
see
they're
me
just
here.
two different businesses. They just operate
It's
the
not
same
the
way.
but business building is the same. You recently went for a meeting at 9 p.m. with somebody for drinks, as something you would never have done in the past. You're telling me that it had nothing to do with the fact that you see us all out there fighting to get business every day. You're
I don't know
telling
how
me
to answer that in a way that will be satisfying to
no,
you.
it's okay. I accepted your answer. That-
Well, you'll be so happy to know, and this was a predetermined A grade prior to this little moment. My A grade is going to Mom because traveling is notoriously inconsistent, but she has created so many systems to make it as consistent as humanly possible in each state and country that we're in. For example, we have the same team members that show up every single time and, is making sure that they're satisfied and ready to go on the road. She has, different people picking us up and has that priorly arranged before we arrive. Anything that she could do to make the little things easier on the road, she does. And I definitely take a lot of lessons in the way that you try. I'm even going to mention this, but we just got back from shows in a city where we were at a club where things were very out of control, we couldn't control a lot of things that were happening. We made sure the show was amazing, but ticketing and things like that aren't usually in our control were not handled to the best they could be. There were long lines. And instead of just letting people wait and instead of not really paying attention to what was happening, she decided to cover 20% of every single bill in the audience of 350 people. And, when she announced that on stage, people didn't really know what that really meant, but that was a direct pay cut from her show's compensation. And I learned a lot from that.
Why didn't the people understand that?
Because
they
people don't-
assumed that the venue was giving it.
It's just hard to understand or appreciate actually what that meant, but it was really actually a 10%
Yeah.
pay cut.
It also-
20% pay cut she
to,
took on
to
the
a
whole
single
weekend.
person, it's a lot. She was paying for 350 people's bills, and to you, it's obviously only like $15 or $20, $30.
You just
but-
don't it's just hard to understand. I understand the magnitude of that because I'm going through the P&L every weekend of like what is happening and what's happening with our business. But I so admire that you did that, and I'll never forget that you did.
You have to be right by your audience. They're spending a lot of money, and we respect that. And I've taught you guys all to respect. But that includes packing enough proper clothes, showing up on stage, presentable, being extremely groomed and hygiened and all of that. And anyway, coming back to A grade, I will give my A grade on this one to Veer because he's only 14, but he takes full control of packing his stuff. Everything is neatly organized. He has thought it through from beginning to end, does not require any shepherding at all on this topic. And I appreciate it because I'm constantly looking out and making sure everything is done. So I appreciate
He
that.
is the best packer.
But this has been our episode on packing, unpacking, traveling, and so many other things as we veer into other topics. Please, if you like our podcast, if you enjoy it, like, share, subscribe. We are desperately trying to grow our account. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our channels. That doesn't cost you anything, but supports us in a very big way. It actually is a very real support. We are learning. We used to not ask. We're almost 200 episodes in, and we used to not ask anybody to even subscribe because we didn't want to burden you with that. But without that subscribe button, we don't get to grow, and we don't get to bring you more programming. So if you can, and if you're interested, please subscribe. And until we meet again, everybody's
Bye.